So the city council of Seattle voted to defund the police not once, but twice in 2020 and 21. So how'd that work? Well, of course, it destroyed the police department. It wrecked the city of Seattle. Now authorities in the city have decided to stop investigating sex crimes entirely. It's like you can't make this up. Jason Rantz is our man in Seattle, where he hosts a radio show. He joins us tonight. Jason, thanks for coming on. They're not investigating sex crimes?
No, unfortunately not. And the problem is incredibly significant. The fact of the matter is Seattle just doesn't have enough police officers to investigate crimes. Not a single adult sexual assault case was given to a detective last month. And that's why arrests on sexual assault are at such low levels. Detectives, generally speaking, aren't looking at cases where there aren't arrests. And the unit that investigates only has 4 detectives right now. And all of this can be tied directly to the defund movement. When it started, the SPD has lost at least 425 officers as of this morning. Lots of cops left the department because they were basically being called racist murderers, and because of the new reimagining police laws that Democrats passed at the state level, it effectively said you can't actually police anymore. Now, what made matters worse, and you and I have had this conversation before, is the COVID vaccine mandates. That sidelined about 100 cops last October. So the staffing crisis that existed beforehand ended up getting made to be even worse. And as of this morning, there are 148 cops who are unavailable to work because they've been put on the HR unavailable list. That's people who maybe are injured or some of the unvaccinated. So in a city the size of Seattle, we only have 885 deployable cops when that number should be almost double that. And so as a result, the city has pulled non-patrol officers from their specialty units just so we can meet minimum safety staffing standards in the city. So what that means is that detective who was working on a rape case, or could have been, ends up getting pulled off of that case to respond to 911 calls that are coming in at record high numbers because we're having a surge in crime. And it's not just this particular unit that's getting impacted. We're seeing these specialty units all across the city get pulled from their actual jobs to basically fill those staffing needs in the immediate. So we're putting some of the cases on the back burner, and unfortunately that includes the sexual assault cases.
That's just really quick. Do members of the city council, your neighbors, the people who maybe supported this 2 years ago, do they still support it?
Well, so they're trying to pretend, the council, or at least certain council members, pretending that, oh, no, we're not doing anything here. We've given all the funding necessary to the SPD in order to fill these positions. Number one, it's not true because they only put in a budget for about 125 officers, and we need way more than that. Number two, no one wants to be a cop because of the problems that this council created. So they're just trying to pretend that they had nothing to do with this, but they're the ones responsible. And I can tell you, it's not the police officers. They want to be out there solving these crimes. They're just not staffed appropriately to do it.
Yeah, we're just going to legalize rape in Seattle because that's equity. It's beyond. Jason Rantz, mind-blowing. Thank you.
Thanks.